Hey guys, I'm so excited to be here today. I am going to be starting off with some great information about crystals for beginners. This is our part 3 of this awesome segment where we are highlighting different ways that people can use crystals when they're just barely learning about them and just starting out. What we're going to do to start us off with is we're going to do a giveaway for an oil that I hired a professional aromatherapist to create for me, basically because either people in my own personal life or also people who I knew because they were clients of mine were really struggling with allowing the vibration or the energy of gloom to leave their auric field. So I hired this professional aromatherapist to create this blend for the purpose of allowing it to release from their energy field easily. So we've put this into a spritz, but the main way is in a concentrated form. And we are going to be doing a giveaway for this. So if you're interested in that, you can either use it for yourself, you could either use it at your workplace, or you can even regift it to someone else if that's what you choose to do. And what we're going to be doing is talking about very first at the beginning here, different ways to use the stones. So what I'd like to do is if you know somebody that you think would be interested in that, please go ahead and tag them in the comments. And just by tagging one person, we're going to get you entered into the giveaway for that reset. Those of you who are foot zoners or practitioners, or even Reiki practitioners, all different types of modalities, you can diffuse this in your room if there's a certain client that tests for it. Or you can also use this if you are a therapist and you're working with clients who just could really use that extra support. If you are yourself are just looking for something else like that, I highly recommend diffusing it. You can mix it with a carrier oil and use it during a foot zone or a foot rub. You could also use it in your bath, but you want to heavily dilute it, okay? So, hey guys, how are you? It's so nice to be on here. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to be thinking about who do you know that loves crystals? And then just tag just one by tagging even just one person. That's going to get you into the running here for that reset oil. And I'm not giving you the spritz or a diluted form. I'm giving you the concentrated one so that you can use it however you want. And then I did just get a new shipment in of those reset oils, and I'm going to tell you how you can order your own as well if you're interested in that. I'm not like this big oil company where, you know, I have thousands of huge glass gallon bottles around, you know, and blending these. No, I hired someone to create the blend for me. And I also went ahead and, you know, I have to order them in batches. This batch that I have right now has about 60 bottles. So if you yourself have your own wellness clinic, or you know, you would like to offer them on your website, or you'd like to make sure that you make them available for your people, or maybe you just want to order them in bulk, you can get them at a wholesale price as well. So if you're interested, send me an email, and I'm going to put my email up for you guys so that you have that, so that you can easily get a hold of me in a private message, okay? And then just let me know that you're interested in that. If you want to buy a reset oil, the easiest way is to just send me an email, okay? So Tammy@hopehavenevents.com. Then I can find out your mailing address, your, you know, like, do you want to pay on PayPal or Venmo, like however you want to do it. And then we'll get you one of those hooked up. They are sold at our conferences for $59, and we're making them on sale for $39 for this first batch. I actually do expect it to almost run out, probably end up running out the day of the conference, because that's how quickly they go. So anyway, I'm super excited to be able to offer them to you guys here on this page, and I can ship them out. It's only $3 for me to ship them out anywhere. So it would be the $39 sale price, and then plus the $3 shipping. So it'd make it $42. Anyway, I'm so excited. So write down my email. Put me into your phone and literally save my name, Tammy Anderson Ward, in your phone, and this is my email. It is the most efficient way to get a hold of me. I have people say sometimes like stuff like, how do I get a hold of you? I sent you a message on Facebook Messenger and I'm like, dude, come on, email, send me an email. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and read a section out of Hibiscus Moon. Hibiscus Moon is the author of this book. It says it's a science-based yet practical guide for using crystal grids, how and why they work. And I want to share with you, I literally love finding out the metaphysical properties just because I'm a feeler. I can feel energy so well. But I have been really gravitating towards bringing the efficacy and the empirical evidence about why energy healing works. That's why I've teamed up with quite a few scientists and researchers that have been researching energy healing for decades. And what they're doing is they're really gathering the industry together with all different types of categories of different modalities and whatnot. And I love it. But this gal here, Hibiscus Moon, her original what she started out doing was not crystal healing. I love her story. And I want to go ahead and just share just a little bit about her book. This one here, you can see it's a quick, easy pocket guide. I actually have my regular one loaned out right now that has tabs and all the pages are like dog-eared. I swear I do that to almost every page. I did not mean to. I did not intentionally start out doing that, but I absolutely just love this book. So if this book speaks to you at all, if what I'm reading to you speaks to you at all, you can grab this book on Amazon. I think it's like $5, $6, $7 for this book. And it's a fantastic one. It's a fantastic resource and guide. And then I'm also going to be sharing additional books with you today. I want to give you guys some like hands-on sustenance for these crystals. Okay, so if you're on right now, go ahead and share some love. Go ahead. You can give me some hearts if you want, but go ahead and definitely tag someone that you know is interested in learning about crystals. I also have another giveaway that we're doing in just a few moments. So excited. Okay, here we go. So this is her introduction. I've been interested in crystals and stones from as far back as I can remember. Leafing through a Smithsonian Museum book of my father's at the age of 3, the amazing photographs of crystals and gems just stopped me in my tracks, riveting me to those pages. I would leaf through them over and over again, just staring until the pages were worn. They were much better than any of my children's books you could have plopped in front of me. Yes, I was a kind of a strange child. Anyone else relate? Anyone else like just so fascinated by this? I love this. Of course, I had no idea at the time what these beautiful objects were, but I later learned that they were created miraculously through Mother Earth's handiwork. I was intrigued that something as gorgeous and perfect as a crystal would emerge from the dirt and the rough rocks. I came back to crystals and stones later on with some undergraduate and graduate studies in geology. In becoming a science teacher, I even got to teach about them. Through teaching, I succeeded in getting my students just as excited about rocks and crystals as I was. Well, not all of them. A few of them still looked at me like I was a nerd, complete with glasses, pocket protector, and a lab coat holding my rocks. That's because I was one. Still am. Do you guys love this book? Like, I love her personality. I love her personable, like just her storytelling in sharing about this. She says, I've always been very spiritual and have enjoyed exploring various fields of spirituality. In doing so, I noticed that crystals kept coming up again and again. Given my natural attraction to these gorgeous minerals born of nature's kitchen, I was captivated. So the lure of using them in spiritual practice was just too much. Of course, I wanted to do that. However, I noticed that when crystals and stones were mentioned in metaphysical books or circles, the reasons given for why and how they worked seldom satisfied my curiosity and my quest for knowledge. I began blogging and vlogging about crystals just to connect with others who had the same interests as I did. Once I started down that path, whole new worlds started opening up for me. Book recommendations, healing methods, and new uses for working with crystals and stones. I had found a sort of blissful crystal treasure chest to rummage through. Okay, so if this resonates with you at all, can you just like let me know? Like, yes, I love that. Yes, who already has this book too? I want to know. And if you don't have this book, this is a highly recommended book. I've read it several times. But I wanted to share with you. I just wanted to start it out in letting you know this. Okay, you guys, I absolutely love this. Seriously, she's amazing. Okay, so I want to go ahead and I just wanted to wet your palate just a little bit. But I also wanted to share just a couple of quick things really quick from this very first page, okay? This is called What is a Crystal Grid? Okay, yeah, tell me, do you have this book? Do you need this book in your life? Are you ordering it? Tell me all the things. I want to hear it. And if you've read it more than once, I also want to know that too, okay? Oh my gosh, it's great. Okay, so she says, what is a crystal grid? From my work with crystal grids, I devised a definition of what they are and how to best work with them. This is her definition of what a crystal grid is, okay? Right from her book. A crystal grid is a geometric pattern of energetically aligned stones charged by intention, set in a sacred space for the purpose of manifesting a particular objective. Boom, it's like mic drop, right? I love this book. You guys go get this book, okay? It's fantastic. Continuing on, she talks about how recognizing that they worked because they were working just wasn't good enough for her. She wanted to know the scientific behind the scenes of this. So this book literally sums it up, how and why they work, a science-based yet practical guide. And it's all about crystal grids, okay? So I highly recommend this. I want to do a book giveaway for this right now. So first of all, I want to go ahead and do the giveaway that we already talked about. That's for the reset oil that we had mentioned earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and just choose from somebody who already tagged someone earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and just put my finger on it. And it says Facebook user. So that doesn't tell me the person's name. So let me go ahead and try that again. This one is Heather Daughtery. Heather Daughtery, congratulations. You just won our reset oil. Woohoo! And for those of you who didn't get a chance to find out how to order the reset oil, it's not available on my website right now. The way to order it is by sending me a quick email right here, and then I'll go ahead and we'll chat for a second, find out how I can best get that for you. Okay, so it's $39 plus about $3 shipping, right around there. And we only have so many. And if you're interested in ordering 10 or more to get them at the wholesale price, definitely let me know. My friend Joy actually is the one who set me up with even figuring out that people would want that. I'm like, of course they would, because people come and order them in bulk. I get that. So congratulations to our winner. What did I say her name was again? Oh yeah, Heather Daughtery. So congratulations to Heather Daughtery. Everybody join me in congratulating her on winning the reset oil. And thank you so much for tagging your friends as well. And everybody who's given me some hearts so far today. I really appreciate you guys. What I want to do now is we're going to do a book giveaway for this Crystal Grids book. And what I'm going to do is literally go right on Amazon. I'm going to order it and I'm going to ship it directly to whoever it is that wins this. So if you would like to be entered in for this giveaway book, all I want you to do is quickly like this video and then share this video, and then boom, you're entered, okay? And how I'm going to know if you shared it or not is you're going to go ahead and put in the comments, shared. That's how I'll know that you shared it. And I got to tell you something that's kind of funny. So sometimes I'll have like 30 people say that they shared the video, but then when I go back and I look like at the numbers and logistics and stuff like that for the video, it'll say like 2 people shared. And I'm like, what? So if you really share, go ahead and put shared, but don't put that it's, that you shared unless you did. If it says it's unshareable wherever you are, what you want to do is go right to my Facebook page, which is, if you put in the search engine there on Facebook, Energy Healing Conference, and then you'll be right on my page, and then you'll be able to share it from there. You might be in the private group that I'm sharing this in, which is why it would say that. So anyway, I'm so excited. We have some speakers that are going to be joining us right after I'm done teaching more about crystals today. So I've got Joy Beck, who is a certified emotion code and body code practitioner based out of Idaho Falls, Idaho. She's a dear friend of mine, totally saved my life earlier this year when I almost died, reached out to her and she just saved me. She's also a fantastic foot zoning professional and I highly recommend her. And she's just a joy to be around. I don't know what else to say. Love her. Then I have coming on Melanie Dahl, who has a master's in integrative nutrition, and she's going to be talking and sharing some tips with us today about real nutrition. So I'm excited to hear from her. I'll be turning the time over to each one of these speakers so that they can give you a little bit of a taste and what your palate. I just seriously am so excited. And then we have a holistic and biological dentist who in her own regular practice was getting really sick to the point where she couldn't move her hands and literally just was like having a lot of health issues. Then she learned about how the mercury coming out of people that she'd been trying to help through her regular dentist practice was really making her very sick. So she changed how she does everything, and she actually works with energy workers right in her practice. She's based out of Utah County area in Utah, and I'm excited for her to jump on here and share a little bit more about that. So if you are watching right now and you would like to be entered in for this giveaway, please go ahead and share this video right from our Facebook page or for wherever you're watching if it allows you to. Crystal grids, how and why they work is going to be our second giveaway. And then I'm going to do a third giveaway just based off of people who are sharing this video and who are sending some love our way, sending some likes and stuff. We will go ahead and do a giveaway where I do a session with you. It's just going to be a brief 15-minute session, and I'm actually going to help pick out some stones from my own personal collection, and then I'll ship them to you. So that's kind of fun to be able to have something like that. It'll be like around a handful-ish worth of stones, and then we'll go ahead and send them to you. And I'll give you some private, suggestions on how you can use those as well, based off of whatever your needs are right then. Okay, so I'm going to go back into this particular book here, and I want to just share a couple of the different things that she has here about crystal grids. So keep listening, okay? A crystal grid incorporates the use of crystals and stones because of their precise vibratory frequency. Who loves learning about frequency? Each stone has its own specific energy vibration, which we use for manifesting our intentions. The great thing about crystal grids is that you can use them to manifest almost any intention. In looking at my husband's utility knife and all of its many uses, I realized that a crystal grid can be called the Swiss Army knife of manifesting. Isn't that awesome, you guys? I love this. So this is the giveaway book that we're going to be doing in just a moment here. So thank you everyone who is sharing. I want to go ahead and also share some more suggestions that I have here. And I always put these out on my table at my conference, which is why this says reference only. But the author of this one is Kiera Fogg. And I want to share with you just a couple of reasons why I personally recommend this one also so much. This one here, first of all, I like pictures. This one has great information for beginners on the scientific reasons, but it just doesn't have a lot of pictures, okay? So this one is like a perfect complement to that book. I geek out so hardcore. Like I love this one. And anytime I'm like teaching somebody like a private session or whatever, how to do it, I love just doing a quick FaceTime with them so that I can show them some of the pictures found right in this. Okay, so again, the author's name is Kiera, Kiera, and then Fogg, Fogg. And when you open up the contents, okay, so seriously, I know, Kathy says I love books with pictures. I know, I'm like a little kid, but I love it. She has a little bit of information about who she is, why she got started doing this. And then when you go through, she's literally going to talk about all of the symbols. This has like very specific ways to lay and put your stones. She also has different case studies that she has at the beginning here. She even talks about different ways that you can tune into the stones and how to select crystals and even how to cleanse them. She literally walks you through all of these different ways. This is literally one of my favorite crystal books, you guys. So she goes through, she has them numbered and labeled so that you can see what they look like. And then she goes through and she talks about, different ways. This one here is called the attractor crystals. Different ways to be able to attract. I know, I seriously love this little book review, and I hope that it helps you guys too. This one right here, the number 5, I have to show you guys this one. one. I have this up on my counter right now. My kids love it. They call it the peacock stone, but I don't believe that's actually what it's called. But it's just because it has so many different colors and stuff in it. So she's got them all labeled. She's going to go ahead and talk about all these different types of stones. Then she's going to like just lay it out here. I don't want to give away the whole book, but let me just show you some of my favorites. This one here is called Seed of Life. And she's going to talk about all of the history behind this particular symbol. And then you can literally make a copy of this symbol and then lay it out to be able to create your own grid, or you can put it right in the book. You just have to kind of prop this up a little bit. But you could literally do it in this shape. The other thing is you don't have to do it with the shape. You could literally just do it in that formation. Does that make sense? Without the actual symbol itself. You're still using the symbol, but anyway, it's kind of fun. So it talks about different reasons why you would use that specific. I know, right? Ashley Nelson says, I love sacred geometry. Absolutely love it as well. This one, of course, I want to share with you is because it's all highlighted up. I've got it marked here over here. And many of you who have purchased stones or crystal grids from me, rather, you know that this is the one that I had a guy make a whole bunch, literally over 300 of them. And we've been selling them at our conferences for the last 2.5, 3 years. And we just sold out of all of them. So thank you guys so much who have really just supported us in the way that you do. We really we love being able to pass on killer deals and just like amazing prices and also this great information. When we came down to Arizona a few years ago, we were doing a couple different types of conferences and events down there, workshops and masterminds and all of this yummy fun stuff. I was at the Phoenix Botanical Gardens and I came across this book in the gift shop and it's become one of my favorites. First of all, I love the hard book, but I don't even know if you can get this online. It's called The Modern Guide to Crystal Healing. I know I'm a book junkie. I absolutely love learning, and especially if it has full pictures of one of my favorite things, which is crystals. It's kind of fun. So the contents here, again, I just want to give you guys just kind of just a yumminess. I love this. It says, hello, magic maker. You are made of stardust. And then it just goes through. I absolutely love this one just because here, I want to share with you a couple of things. It gives you some really specific information about some of the stones. Okay, so if you look at this one here, it talks about where it's found, all of this. Another book that you might like that's really similar to this is the Crystal Bible. Have you guys seen that one before? There's volumes 1, 2, and 3. I don't think I have any of them with me right here in person, but I want to share a couple of other books with you as well. And I'm looking at my time here. So I have not been, Lori, but I plan to. Shemri, this is for you, babe. I'm going to go ahead and, oh, that's not the one I just had out, is it? No, that's another one. Okay. Hang on a sec. Okay. This one here is called Crystal Grid Work. This is one of my favorites, Shemri. You would love this one. Seriously. Yes, it is so fun. Okay, so, and it's by Kiera Fogg. She says, think of how potential a crystal grid might be. All power is magnified when sacred geometry, the language of the universe, comes together with crystal vibrations. So yeah, she's awesome. I love her book. This is the book that I'm doing as a giveaway in just a moment here. Okay. And then let me share with you just a couple more, can I? So this one here says the ultimate guide to crystal grids. Of course, you can see that this is one of my favorites as well. But absolutely love this. It says transform your life using the power of crystals and layouts. This one's by Judy Hall, best-selling author of the Encyclopedia of Crystals. And you guys, isn't she the one who also does the Crystal Bible? I think so. And I didn't know that there was 2 more volumes after I got the first one. I know, it was crazy, right? But love this one too because of the pictures. But I also just want to share with you, it has a lot of step-by-step comprehensive guide information as well, especially about how to care for your crystals. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and share a couple of tips about that. Before you lay your grid, use some sort of initial crystal cleansing. You can either use that with spritz, or you could use it with, if you do herb burning at all, like smudge sticks. I also really love burying mine. I live in northern Utah, so the ground is like frozen out there right now. So you're not going to want to, looks like we got a troll. Hold on just 1 second. All right, I went ahead and blocked that person. Kathy, will you keep an eye on the YouTube thing for me? I like burying mine. You can also do that just in a flower pot in your house, but that's one way that you can recharge your crystals. Also, we talked a little bit last week about the lunar energy, the full moon energy. So, you know, be aware that that is actually a thing, and it really does work, and it really does help, and you can tell the difference. So keep an eye on just when you do it, if it works, and if you don't do it, like you'll be able to feel the difference actually. Okay. So this one here also talks about clearing it with certain stones. Black tourmaline is a really good one for that. Actually, I would suggest any of the black stones like black onyx or obsidian as well. Yeah, holly, that's a thing. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Kathy, you definitely can. And different plants do different things as well. We've had Bach flower experts and practitioners on before talking about the essences of the flowers. So that is a big deal as well. Deborah says she keeps hers in salt. I don't know as if I would do that with all of them, but there are definitely a lot that are recommended to do that with as well. So as far as recharging or resetting it to its original blueprint or frequency vibration, selenite is an awesome, awesome one for that. And you could put them in bowls if that, you know, or a ceramic dish, and then it's all about setting the intention. So I also like to write it down on a Post-it note and put it right into the bowl or even underneath the bowl so that I keep track of that. It helps me. You know, I don't remember every single thing, right? So that's another thing. Anyway, this has got some great information. I highly recommend this to you guys. It's like, seriously, if you're like, I want to know how to do that, this is a fantastic one for the how-tos, right? This one's all about the how and the why. This is the what and the how. Okay. Really good stuff here. I also want to just open it up and share with you some of the beautiful pictures. I mean, I just seriously would love to have any of these authors on our show here because of just how much I personally love their work. And it takes a lot of effort and sacrifice and dedication to put stuff like this together. So it's just fantastic. So if any of you happen to know any of these authors, please feel free to invite them on. I'm going to go ahead and show just 2 more quick books here. Then we're going to do our giveaways, okay? This one here is The Crystal Grid's Power. Harness the Power of Crystals and Sacred Geometry for Manifesting Abundance, Healing, and Protection by Ethan Lazzarini. And I want to share with you guys something. The first time I picked up this book, I was like kind of scared of it. I just have to take a moment to laugh at myself for just a minute because that was kind of funny. But I was like, what is this? It has symbols and I don't know what they mean. Symbols are not to be afraid of. When you understand them, they're symbols throughout all of history, symbols for all different kinds of reasons, right? But this one here, I feel like helped me to understand the what behind the symbols. It helped me to not be afraid, which is, I think, what my soul was telling me. And then also it gives you all different kinds of ideas. At my last conference in Layton, there was a gal there named Kathy. Oh my gosh, what's your last name now? Stoddard. I've known her for like 20 years. And she had crocheted these beautiful little pouches that you could put around your neck like a necklace. And then you could put, 1, 2, or 3 stones, not a lot of stones, but a few stones in. And I bought several of them from her for my younger kids, Amanda and George and Jace. And it was a hit. They were so excited when they got those because they're like, I could just put that right around my neck. Lots of times they'll put them in their pockets, but then sometimes they lose them. Or if they don't have a pocket, like my little girl wears a lot of stretch pants. And so you don't always have pockets in those, right? And so they were so excited. I'll have to see if I can get her to do like a quick offer or something like that for you guys. But it's absolutely amazing how there's so many different ways that you can use stones. So I hope that these books and some of the stuff that we've shared here has been really helpful for you guys today. I'd really like to go ahead and do a giveaway now. So what I'm going to do is look up here through the comments and see if we have somebody who marked shared. And we do. And I've got Deanna Bushman as the winner for our book today. And congratulations to Deanna Bushman. I'm going to need somebody to write that down for me. Joey, send me a text. I'm like, ah! Okay, so I don't have anything to write with right here. So we had a winner earlier, Heather Daughtery. She's the one who won the reset oil, the $39 reset oil. Well, it's $59, but it's on sale today for $39. And then we just announced Deanna Bushman as the winner of the book, this one right here, The Crystal Grids, How and Why They Work. And then I'm going to go ahead and do another one. I think I'm going to go ahead and choose this one from somebody who like did some love and some like good juju to our winners. So somebody who wrote congratulations to either Deanna or Heather. I'm going to go ahead and choose somebody from them for my private session. Because, you know, here's the thing, like when you can like be happy when someone else wins, that is huge. That's like such a big deal. It's just, I think somebody might call it karma. Somebody might call it just good energy. I just think it's good all around. Like you can call it whatever you want, but I just think it's good all around. So I'm going to go ahead and just choose somebody. Amy Brady Huff. You're our winner for the private, you know, short 15-minute session. And I'm going to intuitively choose some stones out of my own personal collection. We can just do a phone call if you'd like, and then we'll go ahead and ship them out to you. So please join me in congratulating our third winner today, Amy Brady Huff. That is so much fun. All right, and then I want to do, this is a survey question for research. And thank you so much. This is a question for you guys. I want to find out, do you guys like it when I offer stones here on this page? I want to find out, like we've sold out every single time that I've ever offered anything on here. And I like being able to continue doing these awesome prices. By the way, if you were someone who didn't message me, but you had claimed something from last Monday, will you message me? Because I need to get your address from you. A few people have not responded back yet. So I'd love to get those stones out to you. There's just a few, but anyway, I just want to see with you guys, like, do you like the bracelets being able to be offered at such discounted prices? My person that I've been getting them from just raised the prices slightly, so I'll have to also raise the prices just slightly, but I literally have not seen them anywhere as cheap as I've offered them. So I want to make sure that I keep offering them for really, really low. I also would like to get some gemstone bracelets that maybe are not as, you know, available out there. But I literally was on some websites just kind of checking around, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like there were literally some that were offering them for $35, even up to $50 for the exact same bracelet that I was offering for $7 over the last few weeks. It's like crazy. Deanna, we will be getting them up there. They're just not right now. So I also want to be able to offer some unique stones as well, and then just continue sharing information about how to use them so that you really can use them in your everyday life. The stone pricing really varies based off of quality and how it's put together and all of those things, right? For example, this particular stone right here, the gal who I got this from, she actually has done a couple of facials for me, or just one facial. And I really love this stone she was offering it on her Facebook page. Isn't it pretty, you guys? She handcrafted. So she took the stone and then she smoothed it and made it into this shape. And then what she did was, and it's called celestite if you like it. It's pretty, huh? And then she deals with copper. So she uses the copper. So she literally crafted this. This isn't like a thing that she just got off of like Amazon or something. This is beautiful, isn't it? And she handcrafted it, and she made it, and she even offered it to me with this little chain. And here, I'm actually going to see if I can take it off because I want to show you closer just how pretty it is. Do you guys see the shimmer in it? Oh, I love it so much. Anyway, guess how much I paid for this one? This one was almost $300 for this necklace. And so someone else might not understand, like, why would you do that? And I'm like, this is a craft, what she did here. So and our gemstone people at the conferences, ask them about the pieces that they're offering. Ask them, like, find out more. Like, did you make that? You know, where did you get that? Or ask them, you know, like, tell me about that stone. Some of them will know, some of them might not know. But yes, Andrea, it's Love on the Rocks is who I got this from. It is stunning, like just so stunning. And I love it in every way. And I actually want to show you what it looks like from the back. I'm so glad she didn't cover the back. It's just so pretty. Huh? I've gotten several stones from her. One I got from my husband. I got it. It was $175. And I didn't tell him how much it was. He probably would have flipped out. But when yes, it is so good. But when I asked my husband, I said, where's your necklace? And he goes, oh, I think I lost it. I was like, you lost it? But then he found it, and I was like, okay, we have to clean this one and stuff and use it and do some stuff to it, and then you can wear it again. So right now it's just being cleaned and stuff like that. But yeah, it's so, so pretty. But so when you have somebody who's working with gemstones, and especially like with something like copper or silver or something like that, you can expect to pay a little bit more. And it's because the quality and the time and the care. She spent an entire day creating this stone. And I feel like it was made just for me. When she like posted it and like kind of put it in the light and stuff, I was just like, oh my gosh, I know. I would love to have her actually offer some on here. I'll have to talk to her about that. But not every stone is going to be like $10 or $20 or $30. You know, sometimes you'll pay a little bit more, and it's because that craft and that extra love and care went into them, right? But, you know, I don't always wear this. You know, some days I don't. But then there's other days that's like, I can't not wear it. And today, I don't know if you guys can feel my heart chakra just like booming right now. I put my green on, which is like all about the heart chakra. And then I also have this particular one on, and it's so funny, but I'm like, I had to put pink one on too. So much fun. So much fun. Okay. Yeah. Message me later. I want to hear all about it. This is awesome. Okay, you guys. So we've done 3 awesome giveaways, and we've also gone ahead and the last 2 times I was on, I said I was going to do giveaways, and a couple people reminded me that I forgot to do a winner. So what I would like to do right now is just go ahead and choose winners for those 2 things, and then hope that everyone can forgive me for being completely and 100% human here. Okay. So this one here is for a selenite column. And I think what we're going to do is just have you let me know how long you've been following our page. Maybe you can tell by looking at the page, maybe not, I'm not sure. Maybe somebody can tell me if that's even possible. I'd love to know about how long though. Like, did you just find me? Or is this your first time here? Are you brand new? I would love, love, love to be able to know that. Okay. So you can just put in, you know, this is my 3rd time on, or I've been to 3 conferences, or I've been to 9 conferences, or whatever, but go ahead and let me know. And then we're going to choose a way for everybody to be able to do that. I don't know, you guys, I'll find out. Or maybe my sweet friend, Andrea, who lives in Oregon, can also put that. Okay, so yeah, put down how long you've been following. We're going to go ahead and choose that from here. Oh yeah, Eileen Mccusick. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. I actually heard that she retired. I was like, no, we want her to speak at another conference. Sometimes that happens. So, but I know she does have a board taking over her stuff as well that are still serving the community. So that's really cool. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. I'm loving watching this. Natalie's been to 5 or 6 conferences. And girl, you didn't know that there were multiple volumes of the Crystal Bible. That's how I felt when I found out. I was like, how did I not know that? Seriously. There are a lot of you who've been following on for several years, multiple years. I want to see who was at my first show back in 2014. Was there anyone who happened to be on? Oh my goodness. Tracy Young says, I've been to at least 11 conferences and following this page since you started this page. Dang, that is like, I think that's the longest so far. Has anybody else been to our first conference back in 2014? You guys, I still remember it. So I was pregnant with my 8th baby. And I was walking around the conference and I was like completely mind blown. People kept walking up to me saying, where did all these people come from? Because we had people from 20 states. I'm like, I don't know. I knew I had a big mouth online, right? And my number one like strength on the Strengths Finders test says woo is my number one strength, which is winning others over. I'm like, okay, well, but this is something that I'm passionate about. It's so nice to know that I'm not all alone. I'm not the only like weirdo out there that just absolutely is fascinated by energy and vibration and frequency and is looking for alternative ways to be able to help heal. Is awesome. Oh, that is way cool, Lori, Michelle. Thank you so much for letting me know. You guys have got comments coming down. I apologize if I miss anybody here. But, oh, this is such a big deal. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to choose our winner here for the column selenite. This is going to be shipped to you totally free as my gift. This is one of our giveaways that we're doing. And I really apologize. I forgot to do the giveaway for it last week. That is like, I try to really be on it. But let's go ahead and we're just going to choose. Boom. This person, the winner is Kalissa. Oh my gosh, I do not know how to say your last name or your middle name. Let's see if I can try it. Kanahay Divinseski. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Kalissa, I love your name. Kalissa is our winner for our selenite column. This is my email right on the screen here. Kalissa, please go ahead and message me or email me your mailing address so that I can get this beautiful selenite column sent out to you. And then I also want to share with you guys one of my favorite places to get jewelry is called Vibe Jewelry Company. And people ask me all the time whenever I wear my regular jewelry, that's what I wear like literally almost every single day, is from the Vibe Jewelry Company. And she has been generous enough to offer free shipping when you use my name as a coupon code when checking out. So I want to go ahead and drop that website down in the comments here. Remember to use my name, all caps lock, Tammy, in the coupon code, and you will get free shipping. And she's also promised to send out something else, a beautiful charm pendant, totally free. So she's going to go ahead and choose that intuitively for each one of you. So that is vibejewelrycompany.com. She's a friend of mine. Her name's Jeannie Buse Olson. I absolutely highly recommend her. She's also at our conferences. Who else has gotten some yummy jewelry from the amazing Jeannie? Anyone else? So last week we talked about, or excuse me, it was Monday. Yeah, Monday of this week. We talked about her doing a giveaway. I really was just like so excited because she makes these beautiful pieces intuitively. And one of the things that I've loved about them is that it's not just a piece of jewelry. There's so much more behind it. Right. And so this particular giveaway that we're going to announce here in just a minute. And by the way, if you, let's see, how are we going to do that giveaway? If you would like to be entered, let me know if you've shared. How about that? If you've shared this video, because I want to definitely like do something extra for everybody who has shared this video. And then we'll go ahead and do that giveaway. Okay. So let me find the beautiful giveaway and I want to show you a picture of it because it's so stunning. It's called, oh, it's so pretty. Okay, it's called Wisdom and Heart. And I want to read the details. So if you are sharing, or if you've already shared, or if you're sharing right now, please let me know. And then this is what we're going to do. I'm going to read it to you first. It's called The Wisdom of the Heart. It's valued at $68. And you can buy it too. So if you're not the winner today, you can totally, absolutely buy it. But she has a new stone called the Madagascar Rose Quartz. May your Wisdom of Heart necklace assist you in discovering the deeper dimension of unconditional joy, wisdom, and love inside of you. It's the Madagascar Rose Quartz, which is a new stone. It's all about faith, unconditional love, and clarity of heart. She also adds in the Moonstone, which is one of my favorites. It's all about new beginnings, happiness, and divine feminine. And then it also has the Freshwater Pearl, which is all about wisdom, loyalty, and discovery. It includes a 33-inch beaded chain, one of the favorites because it's so versatile, and I showed last week how to use that. You can wear it long, double it up for a shorter look, which is how I usually wear it. And you can even wear it as a bracelet. So let me show you the pictures of this, you guys. Isn't this so stunning? Look at that. It's just gorgeous. She does have only a limited availability of this because she designed it basically just for us. But she does have a giveaway. So if you guys would like that, go ahead and share this video. And then for one other thing, just keep in mind, when you use my name, all caps lock Tammy, you're going to automatically get free shipping off of any size order from her at that website, and also a free gemstone pendant charm from her. It's so beautiful. I actually wish that I would have put it up on the screen so I could like boom it up and show you instead of just on my phone. I'll have to do that next time we do a giveaway. I'm learning, okay? So if you've shared, I'm going to just go ahead and just choose somebody here. I'm going to give you guys about 30 more seconds to let me know if you've shared this video, because here's the thing. When you share and like this video, it tells Facebook land that, people like this. And of course, I know you do anyway. This is just like a little bit of an incentive here to be able to learn more about crystals, learn more about energy healing, and then of course our speakers that we're going to be having on in just a few moments here, which I'm so excited. I don't know what every single one of them are talking about today, but they are going to be giving you, I think, a little bit of a taste of what they're going to be talking about at the conference. By the way, can I just even mention the conference for just a second while I'm waiting for a few more sharers to come in? The conference that is coming up on February 11th and 12th. February 11th is, we only have room for 300 people to enter into our auditorium, where we are going to be having this amphitheater style night. We have several speakers that are lined up for the evening, and I'm so excited to let you guys know. Now, we're not going to have like a huge vendor hall. There's only going to be about 5 or 6 people out in the hallway that day. One of them will be a light therapy, so you can take advantage of the complimentary light therapy that evening, and then just a few others, okay? We'll be having our naturopath, Dr. David Hone, who also does medical Qigong. We'll be having Kristen Hicks. She'll be doing the live spiritual profiling, gathering people up right from the stage. It's going to be so much fun. If you can't make it live, like you can't go there because of travel reasons or work or illness or whatever the reason might be, you can still participate Friday night virtually. And here's the link for you so that you can take a look at that. I'm going to go ahead and put it up on the screen. Oops, I accidentally put Love Kristen on there. Sorry, Shauna. That was so funny. So we're going to be putting several people up on the stage that will be highlighting several things. Jill Serafina will be talking about fat melting massage. I'm so excited. That's something that I personally have done after I let go of like 70, 80 pounds. I had lots of hangy skin. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know there was a thing. And since I'm really into vibration medicine, this just worked out. She's a licensed massage therapist, but she also does, she's a certified dream body sculptor. She actually goes to Phoenix regularly, at least once a month or so. And then she also travels up to me to Tremonton. She's now going to be joining us starting this month on Wednesdays. And she's also based out of South Salt Lake. So she's a traveler. She likes to go around, and she's fantastic. In fact, when my best friend came here when she was struggling, she came from out of state. I sent her to Jill because Jill just takes really good care of people. We will also be having the amazing Dr. Jerry and Tammy Duggar coming that Friday night. And they're going to be talking about simple things that you can do to upgrade your lifestyle to just really stay well. So I'm so excited because both of them work in tandem. They're like the most awesome power couple. I absolutely love those guys and how they work together. They're fantastic. So this is the link where you can go and find out more. I wanted to go ahead and do 5 virtual tickets. So if you're on right now and you're like, I want a virtual ticket, will you please go ahead and just put virtual in the comments? Let me know if you would like a virtual ticket. So 5 people we're going to go ahead and do. And then if you're like, I know for sure that I can be there live in person, go ahead and put, I want to be at the conference in the comments here, and we'll hook you up, okay? We have so many fun things that are happening. You can go ahead and also look at this video. Or excuse me, there's lots of videos on the link that I put here across the screen. So you guys can also find out more about that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and hook some people up here with that. I'm so excited. I know. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth just said, I just want to let you know I consider myself a winner every time I see the presentations on Facebook Fridays. I'm new to learning about energy. Oh my gosh, I am so glad to hear you say that. Thank you so much. This is going to be so much fun. All right, you guys. So I am going to go ahead and introduce our first speaker here. And I'm just going to hook everybody up who's on the live right now, who's watching. I'm just going to send you a message. Please look inside of your message. Or you can also go ahead and I'll put my email up one more time across the screen. You can email me too if for whatever reason you don't have Facebook Messenger or whatever, and you want to make sure that you get those free tickets that I just awarded to you, or if you're one of those winners, or if you want to reset or whatever, you want to message me, that's fine too. This is going to be so much fun. So I want to introduce you all to a very special guest. She is a friend of mine, and I feel like really honored in the work that I do, that I get to meet the people that I get to meet, because to be honest with you guys, I'm kind of in a remote area. There's like 400 people in my town, and I really love people. I like literally when we first moved here, they didn't even have high-speed internet. We had like dial-up, if you even know what that is. Some people know what that is, right? But for reals, I'm kind of in this remote area, and I don't always get to meet people that I resonate so strongly with. Well, Joy Beck came to one of our conferences because we have a lot of things in common, a lot of similar interests. And I have loved her from day one. She's amazing. She's given me a foot zone. She's helped me out with several emotion code and body code sessions. And she also is a harmonic light therapy expert. And I want to invite her on as my guest, but I also want to invite her on as my friend. And if you guys will just join me in welcoming her, I'm so ecstatic, literally so ecstatic to have her on today. So if you know Joy, please send her some love or welcome her today so that we can help her feel super comfortable and ready to go. All right, you guys are awesome. Joy.
Hey, let me move my camera.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. And you'll have to move it back in a minute when I pop off here. So you can leave it like that if you'd like. But I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day today to join us. And then do you want to tell us a little bit about what you're going to be talking about today?
Yes, I am going to just go over a little bit of what I do and then who I am for those of you that don't know me, and be able to tell some of the specials that I'm offering at the conference. And then I'm running some specials from now till a little after the conference. So just kind of what offerings I will be offering people.
Now, if you guys haven't ever tried an energy work session and you have felt like, I I don't know like where to go to, or you want to make sure you have somebody that you trust. Joy is like the most accepting, wonderful, and she will explain things to you. I highly recommend, even if you can only do like a phone call session, like a distance session, highly recommend it. I live clear in Tremont area, and she lives clear up in Idaho, several hours away. But when she does a session with me, I can feel the energy. I know it's working. So there's my personal endorsement for her. So if she's giving you a chance to work with her, I work with her because I trust her. And I don't let everybody into my energy field. So we'll just say that. It's a big deal. So Joy, I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to you.
Okay, thanks. All right. I want to thank Tammy for having me on today. It was kind of a fun serendipity that I got to be at my home and got to actually not be in my car when I'm doing this time because of situations with my work. So bonus for us, and especially bonus for me. So I'm so excited. If you know me for a hot second, I kind of am animated. That's probably why Tammy and I are friends. But I am so excited to be a speaker at her conference again in February on the 12th. And I talk with my hands, so that's just kind of how it works. But I wanted to thank her for the opportunity. I have been able to do sessions with her. Tammy is my mentor, and I've taken classes from her, and I highly recommend them. If you have any questions about that, you can reach out to me. I have taken many of her classes, and some of them a couple of times because you miss things along the way, right? And been able to benefit from her expertise as well. So I'm going to tell you right now, technology and I are learning to be really good friends. And so my camera's off. So if I look like I'm not looking at you, I'm trying. Okay. Wanted to talk about one of the offers that I have. And I did send the link to Tammy and Kathy. So hopefully they'll put that up on the screen because that's not in my wheel set yet. But I am offering 3 free chances to enter for a body code session. So I'll be picking 3 people. I'll be picking them through the weekend. So it'll give a chance for peeps now that are watching. And then also for anyone who like can't watch it right now, because typically I would be working, right? So I love the offer that can be after for those that are working or not able to watch it live. And so the offer is for a free 30-minute body code session with me. And it's regularly, the prices for that typically are $95 for that session. So I'm super excited. I just got certified in using for the body code system from Dr. Bradley Nelson right at the end of the year in December. And so I'm excited to share the skills that I've learned and to be able to do that. A little bit about myself. I am a mama of 4. I have a daughter-in-law and 2 grandbabies, and soon to have another daughter-in-law as well in March. So super blessed as far as a mama realm in life. I am a teacher. And if you know me for a hot second, this is my 27th year of teaching. So a little more than a minute. And there's been ups and downs along the way with teaching, but I do love empowering kids to be able to see their worth and to be able to help them see what great little humans they are. And so in doing that, I'm always that lifelong learner. I learn things. I find out something that, oh, I want to learn that. And I have squirrel moments. We call that squirrel moments in my classroom, where you just kind of being and you want to learn things. And so I have learned several modalities. I am certified in body code sessions. I'm also certified in an emotion code. And the course that I took from Tammy, the Advanced Wellness, Energy Wellness, is another one that I'm certified in. I do have, and I'm very blessed to have the Harmonic Light Therapy system in my home that I offer both in-person sessions as well as remote sessions. Tammy has a cool story about that. It's pretty cool. And then I also am a foot zoner and learned that, goodness, probably 13 years ago, and really love that. I learned it because I wanted to be able to zone my own kiddos. You can't really zone your own feet, but I knew that I could learn it, and it kind of resonated with me. And I've been able to help my own family, and then I've been able to zone other people's piggies as well, which is kind of fun to do. Wanted to also kind of tell you some of the offerings that I'm doing for the conference in Sandy on February 12th. I have, and I'm going to read this just so I don't forget, I'm offering 3 different sessions or opportunities to work with me over that Saturday. One of them is a mini body code session for 15 minutes. And I will, at my booth, I'll have a chair set up. So for that one, for a mini body code session, it's going to be $40 regularly, $95 for 30 minutes. I'm also going to bring my stuff, and I get to zone feet this on that weekend. And it'll just be mini zones. It's not going to be 30 minutes. It'll be about 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. And then I'm also offering a one-on-one either phone call or Zoom session for a body code session that will be priced at $65. So the thing on the screen, that technical term on the screen is for the entering to win a free body code session. As I said, I'll choose 3 of them, 3 peeps that get that, and we can schedule it before the conference or during the conference or after, whatever works for you. So I'm excited to share the skill sets that I've learned so far, right? What else? I want to tell you just a little bit about the body code session. In my class that I'll be teaching on February 12th at the Sandy conference, I will share a variety of things that I've learned. I kind of like to learn a lot of things, and some things work for me that might not work for you, and that's okay. But my business name is Joyful Options. Of course, I had to play off my name, but I like to teach people about the different things that are available or out there. Now, do I know everything? No, mercy, no. But things that work for me, I am happy to share. And so I will, in my class, I'll talk about some of the different products that I use or things that have been helping me and mine, and also be able to teach some just different techniques to help with recentering and to be able to kind of balance out your body when you feel out of whack. Sometimes we get that way. I get that way a lot. And I wish that I didn't, but I'm human, and so I do. And so it's always good to learn a couple different tips and tricks, like I like to say, to be able to just get grounded again. And one of the things, and I'm going to put a plug in because I love this stuff, the reset oil that Tammy was talking about, I use it all the time. I have it in my purse. I have it in my car. I have it in my classroom. And if I'm ever off kilter, it is one of the best things to bring me down to neutral so that I can reset, literally, and move forward and not feel like I'm completely out of control. So that is one of the ones that I use, and I share that with my coworkers all the time as well. So back to the body code, that's kind of going to be my main portion for our conference in Sandy that I'll teach about. And Dr. Bradley Nelson is an amazing man. He was a chiropractor for over 30 years. I was able to get introduced to it not by a fluke, but I was zoning a friend's feet. And she's like, oh, I'm going to learn about this. It was emotion code that her gal was talking about. And I said, oh man, can I stick around? Can I dive bomb your session? I want to know more. She's like, yeah, sure, no problem. So that was about 6 years ago. And fantastically fun tidbit is that Dr. Bradley Nelson's niece, Rachel, was the gal who was doing the session, and she's his niece. We became fast friends. And as a result of it, I am now certified for emotion code as well as body code. So sometimes systems and different modalities just feel comfy. And this is definitely one that I have been able to use and be able to help others with as well. So, trapped emotions are kind of the most common underlying imbalances that show up as symptoms. And with that, the emotion code system that has been developed goes over emotions, just emotions. And the body code system that Dr. Bradley Nelson created kind of goes over and that next step, not just emotional, but those symptoms that might manifest in our body. And it's a simple way to talk to and ask the subconscious mind what those underlying imbalances are, and to see whether they're pathogens or nutritional deficiencies, toxicities, structural imbalances, just different things that might manifest in our bodies that are more than just an emotional imbalance. And it allows through muscle testing, and I'll teach you a little bit about that if you're brand new to it. Tammy's fantastic with it. Lots of people are learning how to do it, and it's really a cool method to be able to see if something is good for your body or not good for your body. And so through muscle testing, Dr. Bradley Nelson teaches that you can find the imbalances that are in your body and be able to go down to that underlying cause and see if your body is ready to release. Sometimes, at least for me, I'm going to explain for me, for sometimes I thought, oh yeah, I'm done. I'm ready to let go. I'm ready to move on. Get rid of this junk, right? And then my body's like, yeah, no, not so much. I need to keep this for a little bit longer. And so I had to learn what those underlying, like an onion, what those underlying reasons are, and be ready to let them go. Sometimes we have junk that we hang on to, we're not ready to let go of. But what's really amazing with this program is if you're ready to let go of it, I can help find, through his program, help find what those underlying causes are, see if there's anything hidden or, that we don't know about. And then if you're ready to let go of it, it's through Chinese medicine to release through the governing meridian. It's awesome. And so that's the joy's nutshell of what the body code is. But I'll go over it more in depth when at my class, and the sessions that I'm offering for 3 sessions to win is for that session. It's for body code, to be able to do a body code session to find out where some imbalances might be that you might have in your body. And what's great is the body code modality includes the emotion code. So anything that's either physically a symptom or emotionally a symptom, we have access to both of it. So able to let that go and help people heal and begin that process for healing. And it's one of the best that I think that is really mild and really soothing and non-intrusive, if that makes sense to you. So I like that, and that's one of the reasons that I finally went, okay, I've been using it, but I hadn't been certified, and thought I need to get certified because I'd love to be able to help as many people as possible. So I do see some comments. I don't know how to respond to it. I'm learning slowly, but I am learning. And so I wanted to just tell you about that and say, I really hope if by chance you get a chance to win some tickets through Tammy for the conference, either virtual or in person, do it. You will love it. There are so many great speakers and so many vendors and opportunities. It's just fun. It's a good way to fill up your cup. And I just wanted to go over again the link on the bottom, and I know I'm pointing and I really don't have to, but that's what I do, is to enter to win for a free body code, 30-minute body code session with me. And the 3 offerings that I'm going to be offering in and around the Sandy conference is 15-minute for only $40, a 15-minute mini foot zone with me. And I am bringing the lights, and I use the lights because that's why one of the main reasons I bought them. So that's a bonus for a foot zone. And then a one-on-one 30-minute session for body code as well. Hi, Miss Tammy.
Hey, I just was jumping on because I'm like so freaking excited. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions.
Yeah.
So if someone enters for this free body code session, but they don't win, but let's say they want to, still be able to do a session with you, how do they do that? How do they book that?
So what I will do, because I'm learning all the back ends of the business side, from Tammy, hint, hint. What I will do is I'll have all your information and I'll reach out to you. And I'll reach out to you if you're interested, but you don't get chosen. I'll reach out to you with a follow-up, and I will offer the specials, the conference specials, because it's a screaming deal, and who doesn't like a deal? So I will reach out to everyone.
Okay, that's awesome. So if you guys are interested, make sure you reach out to her there. And then I just can't say again, like, I just really want you guys to be able to, if you've been wanting to try it out, she's a safe place to do that, to try it out. And yes, if you're wanting a foot zone, I highly recommend that as well. I just went ahead and shared that link one more time in case it got lost in the thread up above so that you guys can click on it easily. It'll take you 2 seconds to hurry and fill it out. That way you guys can get in on it and be able to learn more. Oh, and then side note, if you've also been wanting to be able to have a safe place to go to have somebody work on your family members, Joy works with people, really from all age groups as well. It's one of the perks of having somebody who's been teaching school for so many years, who's open-minded to, energy healing like this. So anyway, thank you so much, Joy, for being on. We really appreciate you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks so much.
Okay, take care. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Oh, I love her. Isn't she just got good energy, you guys? She's so much fun. So that link, when you click on it, so that you know that you're in the right spot, it's like a hot pink, hot yellow. And those colors just totally remind me of Joy. Anytime I see like a fun, like home decoration or cute, fun thing, that I always think of Joy, like hot pink, hot yellow, totally reminds me of her. So yes, so much fun. She's got such a nice healing touch as well. So it's one of the reasons why I'm like, can you come to this retreat? I'm like, I just want her on my feet. Like, she's just so good at what she does. You can feel the meridians lining up. Well, if you can feel energy, you can feel them lining up and connecting. It's beautiful. So our next speaker that we're going to be having on today, I'm very excited about also. I love upping my knowledge when it comes to health, when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to, sometimes there's something going on in your body and you don't quite know what it is. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard that famous quote, that food is your medicine, right? I just love learning about that. She has a master's degree in integrative nutrition, and I couldn't be more thrilled to have her on today. This is Melanie Dell. Hey, girl, how are you?
Good. How are you?
So good. I'm so happy to have you on here.
I'm excited to be here.
Well, I know you have a presentation prepared, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to you and let everyone know just how excited I am.
Very cool. Thank you. I loved hearing everything from Joy, by the way. She's so cute. That's awesome. I am not going to lie. I've got some nerves. I'm a little bit nervous, which is funny because I really love presenting. So if you're watching, give me some love, give me some hearts. I would love to just know that I'm not alone. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can share my screen here. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, thank you guys. I'm seeing the love. I really appreciate that. All right, let's see. Share screen. Let me pick my window here. All right, can you guys give me a thumbs up if you can see that presentation? Are you guys seeing it? Awesome. Okay, thanks, Joy. All right, so we're just going to start here. My presentation is going to be on sustainable nutrition. And I'm just really curious if anyone has ever felt really lost and confused and like a failure or any of those things when it comes to nutrition. If you have, comment, tell me your story. I'd love to hear your experiences. Hi, Kat. Welcome. All right, just a really quick introduction, then we'll kind of get to the comments and stuff too. As Tammy said, I'm Melanie. I am a clinical nutritionist, so I have a master's degree. Our focus in the master's degree when you're becoming a clinical nutritionist is a really functional approach to nutrition. So we're looking at more than just what you're eating. I'm really trying to find out if you're having symptoms, why, and is there a nutritional component that we can address to help your body? Our bodies are wonderful and they know what they need, they know what they want. And in order to really heal and feel better and all of those things, we need nutrition, we need nutrients. And so that's kind of where my focus in my education was. What's interesting is as I left school and started practicing, I also realized that we kind of have a problem within the nutritional world in that we are sort of perpetuating eating disorders and other problems. That's the way that we often approach nutrition can be really problematic. And so that is where I decided to become an intuitive eating counselor to kind of combine the two. Because if we work on the behavioral side as well as the functional side, we can really help people feel better. So I just recently got certified through Evelyn Triboli and Elise Reich. If you've read the book, it's amazing. I highly recommend it. In my past life, I did an English degree. I was a yoga instructor for a while. I was an EMT for a while. Loved doing that. And also my clinic, I practice nutrition from a health at every size approach. I am a weight neutral clinic. So I don't believe that our weight is the best biomarker of our health. And so we're really trying to optimize, how you feel from different angles. All right. Okay, so just to start, you guys, I am going to be doing a giveaway today. I'm giving away a scholarship. So I am about to do some intuitive eating courses. They're going to launch. I've got one starting in February, mid-February, and I have 2 others that are starting in March. One of them is in person. The other 2 are going to be virtual. So if this is something that you're interested in, this is a $450 value. Will you share this video and then comment? And Tammy's going to help me out to monitor the comments of who's been sharing. And we're going to give this away today. I'm really excited about this. So if you're excited, share the video. The intuitive eating course is going to be awesome. It's a group class to really help us work through some of our food issues. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. So one of the things we're going to talk about a lot in my upcoming presentation at the Energy Healing Conference, which I'm so excited to be a part of, is the cost of dieting. We know that we actually know dieting doesn't work. It's not really a great approach to our healthcare. Has anyone experienced this? I would love to hear your experiences. I know that there are some people who, thank you, Connie, for sharing. I'm excited that this is going out. There are people who do find success in weight loss, but we find that when the focus is exclusively on weight loss and not on health, that it really backfires. I know this from personal experience. I can tell you that I started in on an eating disorder around high school that went undiagnosed for decades because I was never in an emaciated body. And we really aren't doing a very good job of helping people who are in normal weight to large bodies get help for these things. And so this is where sustainable nutrition is really critical, because we know that nutrition can do so many wonderful things for our bodies. But if it's destroying our mental health, and since my focus in my clinic is your mental health, this is a serious problem. And that's where I like to try and be a little bit different. So, oh, yes, Ashley, somebody who couldn't stop dieting. It's not an effective approach. Thank you for sharing that. It's so true. Weight focus is just really a hard time. So in my clinic, one of the things that we like to do is I like to show people this hierarchy of food needs. This is by Ellen Sater. She's a registered dietitian that's done some wonderful work. And one of the things that I've noticed in my clinic is that because we focus so much on weight loss, most of us are actually in a calorie deficit. We're eating too little. And we usually think that that's a positive thing, but your body doesn't see it that way. If you are not eating enough, your body understands that it is in a trauma response. And your body is freaking out about that. Your body wants to keep you alive. Your body wants to survive. And so if you are starving your cells, they're going to do everything in their power to make sure that you start eating again. And so if you imagine, if you've been underwater for a really long time and you finally make it to the surface, what's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to take a giant deep breath, right? We got to take that big breath in order to, live. We need that. And nobody would look at you and be like, oh, gross. Why did you take such a large breath? No, they're going to be like, oh, thank goodness you're okay. Food is the same way. When we restrict for a really long time, or even not that long, especially if you've been dieting for a long time on and off, you'll notice that you can only stick to a diet for shorter and shorter amounts of time. That's normal. That's your body saying, we are not okay and we need to keep you alive. So we're going to eat. So one of the first things we have to make sure for people is, frankly, that they're just eating enough food. And some of that comes with privilege, right? Like some people can't afford to eat. And so there is a little bit of that involved in, like, how do we help? How do we make sure that people have access to food? But if you have privilege to go buy groceries, then making sure that you're actually giving your body food is really important. You'll notice that at the top of this pyramid is instrumental food. And this is actually where we can get into the cool stuff of medical nutrition therapy. But until we are nourishing the body consistently, we don't get to that place yet. It's not safe. I love this map, and I wanted to show this because I felt like this would be super interesting to this particular group of people, since I know that everyone here is really interested in energy and emotions. One of the coolest things about what we'll be talking about at the conference is how to honor our body and eat in a way that feels good. And one of the things we have to differentiate is between hunger and emotion. So when we're looking at this map, it's hard to read. I apologize. If you want a copy of this, by the way, comment and I will send you a private message later after this is over, and I'll send this to you because this is such a cool map. If you look close, you can see things like longing. You can see things like numbness. One of my favorites, not to be grotesque, but just because it's so obvious, everyone knows this feeling in their body, is urinating. That's a pretty easy one for us to identify. If you guys can see my mouse, it's right there. I love this map because, again, we know that all of our emotions actually have a physical sensation attached to them. And so when you are feeling sad, when you are feeling happy, when you are feeling lonely, when you are feeling anxious, all of those things actually manifest in how we feel in the body. And when you look at the map, you'll notice how many of these things directly impact the stomach and the head, which are the two main places where we typically feel hunger and fullness signals. When we become disconnected with our body, which is something that diet culture really promotes and has probably taught many of us to do, is to not trust our bodies. When we are trying to honor hunger and fullness, we have to reconnect. We have to come back to this and understand the difference between hunger and loneliness and I need a hug, right? Because we can't nourish our actual needs if we don't know if we need food or we need a walk. We need some sunshine. Oftentimes we know we need a nap and maybe we don't have time to, whatever. And sometimes food is the answer if you're in a bind. I like to tell my clients that too. If you've been using food for a long time, don't feel like you have to stop all of a sudden. That can be really scary. Sometimes this is a process, right? I love all the comments and stuff coming in, you guys. Thank you so much. So this brings me to the 10 principles of intuitive eating. When we go on a diet, it's super sexy. It's exciting because we have rules. We know what we're going to do. We have hope. It's awesome. We feel really good about it for a limited amount of time. And then pretty soon we start to feel a lot of stress around it. We can't stick to it. By the way, if you can't stick to a diet, that means you're a healthy, adjusted adult because good for you. You like to set your own rules and boundaries. And that's really, really an important thing. So intuitive eating is really a wonderful way to counter that. With this is something to keep in mind is that if you're starting on an intuitive eating journey, it's kind of the opposite of what we feel when we start a diet. It's not as structured. We can feel kind of like we're floating in the sea of like, I don't know what we're doing. And if you're experiencing that, you're also totally normal. That is expected. The beauty of this is while it takes a little longer to get established, once we've got this down, this is for life. You can honor your body and take care of it for life. The 10th principle on here is gentle nutrition. That's where that like medical nutrition therapy comes in. You can do this even with a health condition. You can do this even if you have diabetes. You can do this no matter what your situation is. So these are just some of the benefits, and I'm not going to read through these because I want to be really conscientious of our time and make sure that I'm not taking over our next gal because I'm way excited to hear about her dental experience because Mercury, that's something we studied in school and yeah, interesting stuff. So I'm excited to hear from her. So I'm going to make sure I keep this short, but there are a ton of benefits of letting go of dieting. You'll see this is a long list of studies that has substantiated this. Intuitive eating currently has over 120 studies that have been done that prove that this is really a sustainable way to eat. This is also a really beautiful model for families. If you are struggling with your kids and trying to get them to eat a variety, I want to give you comfort that this is the perfect way to do this. Your kids already know what they need. They already know how to nourish their bodies. We are born intuitive eaters. Okay, so I'm going to give my little plug here again. I've been seeing some comments coming in. If you joined us late, you still have a minute, go ahead and share this video and comment that you shared. I'm giving away a scholarship to one of my classes. So these are the current times I have. This is going to be a group-based class. 2 of them are virtual. 1 is going to meet in person if you're comfortable with that and you're ready to actually get back out in society. This is awesome. Because when we work together as a group, we have a built-in support system. Sometimes when we leave this whole dieting culture behind, we can feel really lonely. And this is a great way to connect you with that. And then also you've got me and all of my knowledge going into this to help you along this process as well. I just also wanted to put in a quick plug for my nutrition practice. I do individual one-on-one sessions, and what I focus on in my clinic is medical nutrition therapy. We do the behavioral side, but these are the things I kind of focus on. I'm going to scroll up just a little bit so that you can see. I always offer 20-minute free consultations. If you want one of those, you can comment. I will reach out to you, but also you can head to my website and you have access to my calendar to book a free session right on there. If you are dealing with just anything that you're like, I don't know what is going on, and I feel like nutrition might be helpful, this is a good thing to do. Kathy, thank you for your question. I am located in Bountiful. I do in-person sessions, but I also do telehealth. Everything I do is HIPAA compliant. Your information is safe and secure. So if you're not close by, I can help. There are some states I'm not allowed to practice in. So if you're curious and you're not in Utah, reach out and I'll let you know. If I can't practice in your state, I will help you find someone who can. All right, other perks of anyone listening to this. If you are interested in the group classes, I am offering a discount right now. You can get $50 off the class. If you sign up soon and you use this discount code, you'll get that. And then if you're just like, I'm not quite sure, I want a little more information, if you go to this page, which thank you, Tammy, she's pinned for us right on the screen, you can enter a little form and I will send you a free guide on intuitive eating. And we can have a conversation that way too, if that's something that you're interested in. My works cited. And that's it. I'm going to stop my screen share and then we can start doing this giveaway. Dun, 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 dun. Stop sharing. There it is. I'm seeing some great comments coming into you guys. Thank you so much. We've got people who are interested in the classes. Thank you. If you want more information, I'm going to go through these comments afterwards and I'll start sending you info. If you don't hear from me in a day or two, go ahead and reach out. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. One of the cool things, again, about that group class is you can bring a friend also and share the discount code with a friend. It's always more fun with more people. So I'm going to try and go through these comments here. Dun, dun, dun. We've got lots of people requesting the chart. I'm way excited about that. All right, who has shared? Let's see if we can find anyone who shared. Looking for a couple people here. Okay, I am just going to pick someone at random. And we're going to go with Tracy Young. Tracy, you have won the free scholarship for the class. This is so awesome, you guys. Thanks for all of the participation online. The more you share too, the more we can get people in these classes, the more fun it's going to be as we work together. And yeah, I will be reaching out, Kathy, to let you know about this. Or Tracy, I'm sorry, I called you Kathy. Tracy. I love this. Congratulations, Tracy. Lots of awesome comments. If anyone has a question for our last couple minutes you want to throw in the chat, throw it in. Let's have a conversation. I think we maybe have a few more minutes. I was worried about going too long. So now we've got this awkward pause. The chart, please. I'm going to send you guys the chart. Oh, there's Tammy. There we go.
Oh, come on. Like, seriously, you are so adorable. We've never met in real life, but I freaking love you. I'm like, look at her cute flowers and your glasses. Like, your personality is so much fun. I can tell you're really passionate about what you do. Can you tell me a little bit about, you're talking about like you can do, practice in multiple states.
Yeah.
Somebody had the question if you can practice with people who are in Nevada.
Yes, I am. I'm good to practice in Nevada. So if you're in Nevada, go ahead and hit me up and I'll contact you, or you can go on that website and sign up for that free session. That's probably awesome. The fastest way. Yeah, I have worked in Nevada before. So yeah.
That's so fantastic. Well, you guys, I'm so excited. And I didn't know you were in Bountiful too. Yep. So pretty.
It's fun. We love it here. It's been a really great place for us. So lots of fun.
That's awesome. Okay, well, we look forward to having you at the conference. And if you are just joining us right now, like you just barely popped on and just barely seeing this video, I also have a few free tickets that I can do as giveaways. So if you'd like to join in either virtually or in person at the conference, then make sure you message and let me know if you'd like those as well. And Melanie, I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule for people who, they don't know how busy you are. Like, this is a big deal to be able to grab somebody for even just a few minutes for something like this. So I appreciate you.
Well, thank you for making the time for me so that I could come on and share. I do love what I do, and I appreciate you and helping us all share our message so that people can find the right answers for them. It's awesome. Thank you.
Very cool. So let's see. Lisa says, Tammy, that website is only taking me to the description of your guests. I'm not. Oh, you're talking about for the conference, right? Yeah, Lisa, I'll message you in a few minutes. Make sure I'm taking care of you there. All right, let's go ahead and have our next speaker come on. Thank you again, Melanie. Appreciate you so much. You guys, this is so much fun because I have to tell you, this next speaker, I read her bio or I go watch her intro video and I'm like feeling so freaking grateful. I feel like she's a celebrity dentist, to be honest with you, and feel so grateful to have her come to our conferences. I'm like, have you ever seen that I'm sure it's like a 1980s, 1990s show, Wayne's World? This is kind of embarrassing. I'm sure it's a highly inappropriate show. My mom used to let me watch highly inappropriate shows. But like when they go, I'm not worthy, I'm like, oh my gosh, I see that when I go on her website. I freaking love this woman. She has such a big heart too. And I don't know. Dr. Michelle Jorgensen, have you ever had anybody talk about Wayne's World? I'm not worthy.
I've never had anyone say that before. So you were a first, Tammy.
Oh my gosh. I seriously, I was spending some time just messing around on your website. And I'm like, dang, this girl, I feel so grateful to have you coming on, even to come to our stuff. You've really got your stuff together. I think everybody should go to your website. Everybody should go and play around on there and spend some time and get to know you better. And even just your video, I feel like has so much information. I'm going to go ahead and put your website up on the screen here so that everybody can see it. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to you.
Great. I sure appreciate it. I always love teaching and I always love being with your followers and listeners because everybody gets it. When I'm here, I don't have to talk around things or try to explain things that people don't understand. So that's always really nice. So thank you so much. I'm excited to be here. I want to start with my story and then I want to go to a lot of your stories, the stories that I hear every single day, because that's the reason that I do what I do now. But the reason I do what I do started because of me, actually. I've been a dentist for over 20 years now. And the first about half of my career was a traditional dentist, just going along. Everything was going fine. And I was practicing with my father, and he literally is still practicing at over 70 years old. So that's just what I thought happened in dentistry. That's what I thought happened in medicine in general, that, the practitioners, you never hear about them having problems. Well, that's not my story. I started getting really sick, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what the cause was. So all I needed to do was to go to a lot of other doctors. And I started visiting, my friends, my colleagues, the people I know, and I couldn't find answers. Nobody had any answers for me. And I was doing MRIs and blood tests and, scopes and all these things. And my biggest symptoms were gut issues, which honestly, now that I work in this world, a lot of people are suffering from gut problems, but gut problems, memory issues, in a big way. And I've always had a good memory. It's always something that's been one of my strengths, and it was falling apart. I couldn't remember anything anymore. And then a big one, the one that really was a practice and life changer, is just numbness. I had such numbness in my hands that I wasn't actually able to hold instruments anymore. So I had my practice for sale. I didn't know what I was going to do. And through, you always think, well, things happen for a reason, but through a network, I had someone ask me, have you ever looked into mercury poisoning or mercury problems? Now I knew, because I went to dental school and we had dental materials classes, and I knew that the silver fillings that we put in people's mouths had 50% mercury. I hadn't placed any for years, but I was drilling them out every single day. I don't have any myself. So I told this doctor, I said, well, I don't have any mercury fillings. I don't know what you mean. And he said, no, it's the ones you're drilling out every day and breathing it all in. And I'd never given it one second thought. And the profession hasn't either. No one talks about this. In fact, now, a decade later, after this discovery, when I talk about it, I still get incredible pushback from my profession. And people just say, I don't know what you're talking about. That's crazy talk. You talk like that, you're going to lose your license. All of these kinds of things. So that's what I was facing when I had this, presented as a potential reason I could be sick. So I said, well, What do I have to lose? I have my practice for sale now. I'm going to lose my profession here. Let's find out. So I got tested, and that's what it was. Off the charts, mercury toxicity. I had no idea that could be a problem. So the doctor said, there's no way you're going to get better if you keep putting all of that in. So you're going to have to figure out, is there a different way? I had no idea if there was a different way or not. I had never heard of this before. So I had to start researching and looking and learning. And I found there was a different way, actually. There were organizations that had been basically organized around this concept of safe mercury removal. And how do we get this out of our bodies? And what does it do to us when it's in there? All those kinds of things I had to learn. I had no idea. I'd never been taught it. And I started changing the way I practiced for me, because I had to do something or I couldn't continue practicing. So I started learning, how do I remove these fillings safely? We added a whole bunch of different protocols to our practice where we can now remove it safely for people and for our team. And as I started doing that, I started getting people coming in with stories. They would say, oh, my doctor told me to look for someone that does this because I have this, this, and this. And I started thinking, interesting. Could dentistry have something to do with the this, and this, those health issues that they have? And so I'm just a natural born researcher. I'm a seeker. I really want to find answers, and I'm not afraid to find them anywhere. I think that's something that's a little unique for me. I'll look anywhere. That's why, I presented the Energy Healing Conference, because I'm very much a believer in a lot of things that are taught. And I just know that we don't always have all the answers, especially in traditional medicine. Well, I actually don't like calling it traditional medicine. I'm going to call it conventional medicine. We don't have a lot of the answers there. So I've never been afraid to look outside of my profession. And that's what I started doing. And I started saying, well, are there other things that could be related to dentistry that I could identify in a mouth? Are there things that I can look for that I can say, hey, this actually might be related to why you can't get better, why you have all the things you told me you had? So what are those things? That's the stories now that I want to tell. And that's the stories that I just love telling day in and day out. So as my practice has grown and we have really started focusing on this health journey and how do we identify if there's a dental piece and how do we help people along their journey to wellness, I've taken a new role in my practice. Now that I do the fun stuff, I get to visit with all of our new patients and I get to help identify what is happening and then make a plan. So I get all the stories, and there's common themes that I hear, and it's always interesting to me. Sometimes I'll have an entire day that all I hear is the same story, and I think, did you all just like have a chat somewhere and you said, oh, let's all go to the dentist on the same day? Or I'll have all patients coming from Idaho, on the same day. It's just really an odd thing, the way the energy, you all understand how this all works. But some of the things that I hear all the time are fatigue. That's just a huge one in our world in general, isn't it? Fatigue. I hear a lot about hormone issues, especially with women and especially thyroid. So thyroid problems are so prevalent in our world today. I hear autoimmune disease. So I see a lot of people that have diagnosed, and I believe probably undiagnosed, autoimmune disease as well, whether that be thyroid related with Hashimoto's or Lyme disease, or there's a whole host of other things that people have that are autoimmune related. A lot of food sensitivities, food and chemical sensitivities. So not just food, but chemical sensitivities as well. That's a real common one I hear. A big one that I hear is brain fog, and just your head just doesn't feel right. Maybe there's ringing in the ears, headaches, pain, all these kinds of things. So as I started looking and listening to all of your stories, I thought, gosh, is something a commonality here? Is there something that ties all of these things together? And can I see it? Can I look at you and figure some things out? And that's the cool part about my job, is dentistry is a visible profession. You can see these. I can see your tongue. I can see the roof of your mouth. I can see your throat. I can see all of those areas. And then the other amazing thing is now we have technology called a cone beam CT scan. It's not the same CT scan that you're going to get in the doctor's office, or, well, it won't be in the doctor's office, in the hospital. It's not that same CT scan. This is called a cone beam CT scan, and it's very specific for your head and neck area. And it is in my office. So it's something that can be done in office. With that, I can see everything. I can see everything that's going on with your jaws, your head, your skull, your brain, your spine, everything that goes on here. I can see it. You know, a lot of times we say, well, gosh, I have gut issues. I can't see your gut. I can't look inside of you and see that, but I can look inside of your mouth. And guess what? Your gums are the start of your digestive tract. That's your gut too. So often I can identify what's happening just by looking at your gums. So it's just like, in fact, I've never been told that it was like Wayne's World, but I have been told it's kind of like Nancy Drew, you know, where we're always doing a little mystery solving every single day. And that's my favorite part of the job. As I look at someone, I say, this is a puzzle that is just waiting to be put together. Let's do this. So what I've identified is 4 areas that are the ones that I focus on. So we look for infection in the mouth. I look for metals. So that would be the mercury I'm talking about, but also metal underneath old crowns, also metal implants and metal retainers. You might not think about all those sources of metal, but they are all there. The third one I look at is gum health, because like I said, your gums are actually the starting point of your digestive tract. So what's going on with your gums is going on with your stomach and vice versa. And then the fourth thing we look at is your airway and the way you breathe and your jaw joints. Now, that's the one I'm actually going to talk quite a bit about at this conference, because it's one that literally is changing my practice and changing my patients' lives when we're able to identify some of these things. So let's just talk briefly through these 4 areas because I don't have a lot of time. Infection, what am I looking for? I'm looking for failed root canals. And if you've ever heard me speak, please go on the website, because the website, YouTube, there's so much information. You don't need to hear it from me here. You can go there and hear it as well. Or please come and listen to me at the conference. I love to share. Come to our booth. I love to talk. I love to talk about your story. So bring your story to me at the booth and let's see if we can't put your puzzle together. So infection, I'm looking for failed root canals. How many root canals do I find that have failed? On an average day, when I see maybe 10 new patients, I'll see maybe 10 to 15 a day. And these hidden infections can cause underlying immune system issues, which will lead to autoimmune disease, which will lead to heart disease, which will lead to diabetes, which will lead to cancer. Now, does that cause cancer? I will never say that, but I will say it will lead to an immune system depression, which will then leave you predisposed to a lot of these other problems that you never want to have anyone ever say is related to you. So infection is a big deal. The other place that I commonly will find infection is where teeth have been removed. And you might say, well, I don't have any teeth removed. Have you had your wisdom teeth removed? That's the place I most often find infection, hidden infection in the jaw. And that infection relates to hormone issues, heart problems, and fatigue. How many people suffer from fatigue? Just, gosh, my brain just isn't working. I'm just tired. I can't sleep, whatever it might be. Metals, big one, that's going to be mercury in those fillings. So any metal filling that you have, so if you have a silver filling, it is 50% mercury. Today, the day it was put in, it's been the same. So 50% mercury in your mouth all the time. The third one, gums, like we talked about. There's a lot of things to look at with gums. And then the fourth one is the airway. So what are some signs that you might have some sleeping or breathing issues? Some of the big ones that you can look for actually are, well, first of all, are you tired? Do you have a hard time going to sleep? And do you have a hard time staying asleep? Those are the big ones. And when you wake up, even if you've been asleep, do you still feel tired? If you say yes to any of those 3 questions, highly likely you have some sort of airway problem or obstruction. So you're just not getting enough air when you're asleep. It's interesting to talk to people because they say, oh, my husband snores. I don't. Snoring is just one sign. There's about 10 others that we look for that are often even more important to pay attention to than just snoring. And it's that fatigue level. It's that I can't go to sleep. You know, breathing is life sustaining. Obviously, you can only go 3 minutes without air. After 3 minutes, you're going to die. So your body knows, hey, when I lay down, when I go to sleep, I can't breathe very well. So what does your body say? You're just not going to go to sleep. I'm going to keep you awake, or I'm not going to let you go to deep sleep, because there you don't breathe well. So you're not going to go there. So then you never have that restorative, refreshing, feel better. Signs of this: clenching your teeth, tossing and turning. Your bed looks like a tornado hit it when you wake up in the morning. All those kinds of things mean you did not sleep well and you are not breathing well. So these are things that we look for. These are pieces that we put together. And then we have answers for all of them. I've just told you about all the problems now. But the cool part is that over the last decade, we figured out the answers. We figured out the answers. We figured out how to take care of it for you. And that's just why I love my job, because we are able to help people get well. And what I love about working with people like Tammy in the Energy Healing Conference is the things that I can't do. You know, like Melanie just talked about nutrition. There's huge pieces of nutrition involved. So we clean up all the mess. We clean up the infection. We get you breathing again. We clean up the metals. And then we let you work with wonderful practitioners like her that say, okay, now let's get your nutrition going. Now let's get your gut reworking. You know, whether it's foot zoning or whatever else it might be, to identify some of those deficiencies and things that you need. Those are so important. And we love working hand in hand with those kind of practitioners, because putting all the pieces together leads to healthy life, leads to health again. And that's what we're all about. So I hope that you come and listen. And even if you don't get to my presentation, I hope you do. Please come to my presentation, because I'm going to share a lot about, like I said, about sleep, about these hidden infections, how you might know it, what are some things you can do at home to identify it, some self-tests you can do for your gut, all sorts of really, I like you to be able to do as much as you can on your own. So I give you a lot of that information, but also come to the booth, come and chat with us. We're going to have people there the whole time during the conference. And my team is amazing at answering all these questions as well, because they have to listen to me all day. So they hear all these answers all day long. And like I said, you know, you're very unique. Everybody's story is unique. However, there's some commonalities in everyone's story. And that's what we really focus on, is what can we fix? What can we help you with? And that's what we love to do, what we do. So Tammy, hopefully that's gives everybody a little bit of a taste of what I'm going to be talking about, and really gets everybody excited about how dentistry could be a part of their healing journey, because that's what I love to talk about.
Yeah, that's awesome. Somebody who maybe is listening to you that they've never even considered these kind of things, I feel like they can find real answers here.
Yep.
And, you know, even people who like they've had certain issues their whole life and they think, oh, that's just how I am. Well, it might not be just like how they are. It might be that this is going on inside their mouth for a long time.
Yeah. There's two pieces that we talk about. A lot of people just say, oh, my mom had that. My dad had that. You know, this is just genetic. Well, then I always say, what's genetic? You know, what's genetic? Let's back it down to say, okay, well, what's actually genetic? What did you inherit from them? Let's fix that. The other thing that we talk a lot about is we work with a lot of practitioners, because we get the people that they can't get better. You know, so if you've been doing all of these modalities that you teach, and everybody's been working and helping and everything's getting better, and you're like 80% there and you're almost there, oftentimes dentistry is the thing to get you the 100%. It's the thing that pushes you up over the hill to the place that you're trying to go. So we work with a ton of practitioners because they see the value in identifying the mess that we find and cleaning it up, and how it really can propel you to the goals they have for you, the goals you have for yourself. And when working together, that's when we really achieve that true health. So it's just, like I said, it's just something we love to do, and we love to help people.
I love that. And you have a whole team there.
Mm-hmm.
You've changed like everything that you do, how you do your business. Like someone might like look at you and say, oh, well, you know, she just doesn't know. No, you've learned from experience, but you also have traveled the world to learn this education, so you can actually truly help people. And that's why I was saying the like Wayne's World or whatever. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I was just like, man, after I've spent just a few minutes on your website, I can really see that there's so much value here in this education and in your expertise. Mm-hmm. And all I'm saying is, people, you guys, like, I hope you really take the opportunity to look at this, even if it's just for the education to learn about it, you know, knowing about it. Ashley Nelson, I see your comments coming through here. She did dentistry for 10 years, and she didn't know a bunch of the stuff that you're talking about right here.
Yep. Most people don't. Hey, there we go. I just saw the comments. And I do want to share with people too. I'm in American Fork, Utah. So I am in Utah. However, we have people visit our office from around the world. And a real easy way to start, if you think that this might be you, something struck a chord, something that I said sounds familiar to you at all, I do virtual visits. I do quite a few of these every single week, where we help you find somewhere near you that you can get this cone beam CT scan. And we get that data, and then I sit down with you on video on Zoom, and I walk you through everything I'm seeing. You tell me your story. We try to put the pieces together, and then I recommend what you can do locally where you're at, or whether it's something that you maybe should come to us for certain pieces of. So I really want to make this doable for anybody, anywhere, because people ask me every single day, where do you know somebody like you where I am? And the answer is sometimes not. So we try to help at least give you some answers from wherever you are, and then help you through the process moving forward, if need be, wherever you are as well. So there's both options available.
That's amazing. And I've met the other people that are on your team, and I just have to say they are quite accomplished themselves, and you can just feel how caring they are about people, even just like going to your booth at a conference and meeting them. And I mean, a person carries themselves differently, I believe, when they are doing the type of work that you do. And so I just have to say how impressed I am. And hopefully you can pass that on as well to your team and let them know that we truly appreciate them as well. But yes, this has been something that has truly changed lives. I mean, I get people message me, I got this done and this is what happened. And I feel like I got my life back. I can walk again. I can see better. Lots of different things. And I know we can't always say those kind of things, right?
Yeah.
But it is, just go experience it yourself. So
it's worth it.
I love it. Well, I know you got other appointments to get to and whatnot. I do wonder if you have a response for Ginger's question here. She says, what is it that we tell our dentists when they insist on fluoride?
Yes, actually, I do have an answer for that. So first of all, the choice is always yours. So you can never have anything forced on you, if they might insist, but you can just say, you know what, I choose not to. Thank you very much. Be polite, be kind. They'll be kind back. If they're not, that if they, then you're in the wrong place. And this is part of the thing that I really have done a lot of research with is materials. And just because we use something doesn't mean it's always the best thing. And what I've learned actually is that fluoride is a huge inhibitor for thyroid function. So when we have fluoride in all of our water, we have it in all of our products, it's everywhere. You wonder why we don't see a huge uptick in people having low thyroid and thyroid issues now. It's a huge hormone inhibitor when you have fluoride. So what do you use instead? Actually, someone commented, I'm so glad, hydroxyapatite. So my answer always is cavities are not a deficiency of fluoride. There actually isn't natural fluoride in a tooth. So if you have a cavity, it's not that you've lost fluoride in your tooth. So why would you add it back? When you have a cavity, what you've lost is minerals in your tooth. So we need to add minerals back to the tooth to heal the tooth from the cavity. And it's possible to do so. And the mineral you want to add is exactly what someone wrote on the chat here, hydroxyapatite. That's the long name for the mineral that teeth are made of. So you add back what teeth are missing. And thankfully, there are a lot of products nowadays that actually have hydroxyapatite in them. So if you just search toothpaste or tooth powder with hydroxyapatite, you're going to find a whole bunch of different versions now, which is amazing because that even 5 years ago really wasn't possible.
Wow. This is amazing. Well, I'm glad that people are starting to at least be aware of it. Yeah. I have not done any sort of fluoride. I learned that it was a neurotoxin back in 2005 and just absolutely felt like, no, it's almost like a poison. So I'm like, I don't want that. And yeah, I've definitely had some dentists that were not just not nice, but like downright, we left their office because they just thought that I was ignorant. And I'm like, I've done some research, I've read a few books, I've heard some stories, and I'm not claiming to know everything. Definitely not. But here I'm learning from Dr. Michelle Jorgensen here. And I'm so grateful for her courage because literally this is like something that your industry doesn't 100% support.
It doesn't even 10% support. we're not even close to 100% now. Yeah. I'm very much the outlier. I'm very much the odd man out. And I do teach dentists. I do teach inside of my profession as well. And it's a very slow uphill climb. So it's not going to change. I always, in fact, this is a thank you for bringing that up, because this is something I love to share. This is not going to change inside the profession of dentistry, because there isn't a reason to. You know, the profession doesn't have a need. Guess who has the need? All of you. You have the need for things to be different. So when you go to your dentist and you say, you know what, I'm actually choosing not to use fluoride, I'm using hydroxyapatite instead, which is what teeth are made of. They'll go, actually, maybe they know a thing or two. You say, and I really, you know, the materials I'm choosing for you to use are this, and this is why. The demand for this different care will then move the profession to that.
Right.
Because you will all be asking for it. And if you're asking for it, then they will start to provide it. So the change will come from you. So that's why I teach you. Because if I can teach you, and then you can then take it to your provider and say, you know what, I learned this and I believe it's better. Can you do this for me? And if they can't, then find someone else. But the change will come from you. So that's why I love to teach you.
That's awesome. All right. Well, thank you. You guys go to her website. It looks like she's got some really awesome stuff. Here's an online holistic dental guide at the link here. Go ahead and click on that. Get tuned in to what she's doing, because this is just really awesome for your overall health. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you so much. Oh, I accidentally cut her off. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Oh, I seriously love her so much. Can you guys tell the difference about her? I mean, I don't know if you guys can really do you guys know what I'm talking about? Oh, I just love her so much. I feel silly for doing the Wayne's World thing. But anyway, she's golden. I can share my own husband's personal experience when he had all of his faulty amalgam fillings removed. His eyesight immediately improved, and in the bottom of his feet, he had these little BB gun pellet type things. Whenever I would zone him, I'd be like, oh, and they would never break. They'd never pop or anything like that, but I could feel them, and I knew that they were not right. The day after he had all of those removed, they went away. It was as if somebody had cut them out, but nobody cut into his feet. They were gone. He had other things too. He said he felt like he was a different person. He just had more energy, and he just felt good. He didn't know how quite to describe it. This stuff that she's talking about it's really, there's a lot more to it. If you go to her website, and I want to encourage you guys to make sure you do that. She's got a video there. Go watch the video. Go look at some of the services and the resources that she offers. There's so much on her website. That's why I said, really, I just spent a few minutes on there, and I was so impressed. Her website, again, is totalcaredental.com. She will be one of the featured speakers at our conference happening on February 11th and 12th. And if you don't have a ticket for that, I'm going to go ahead and put the link one more time for that particular conference. We have virtual tickets available. And of course, you guys heard from her. She works with people virtually as well. That's pretty cool, as much as she possibly can anyway. But I just feel like I don't know how much kudos she gets from other people in her industry. So I would like to personally thank her. I think for her courage, for her dedication to real health, which is total health. I love that that's part of her name. And, it takes courage to be a pioneer and to do something different. It really does. So I just want to hopefully help her to know that we appreciate that so much and give her the accolades that she seriously does deserve. So, all right, you guys, we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for being on. And I will be back here on Monday night, 5 o'clock. We've got some really awesome crystals for you. We've got some more speakers that will be coming in and offering some more great content and materials. And we'll see you next time. We'll see you Monday at 5 p.m. Thanks, everyone.